So I'm here with Federal Postal Court Judge Hieu, and what he's going to tell us is what are the documents that you folks out there need to give us to be able to remove your mortgage, albeit death pledge. So Hieu, tell us, what is it that the people on Australia, what type of documents do the people in Australia need to give you in order to carry this out?
Hi everyone. Yes, there are four main pieces of document. I'll just name them. The first one is the mortgage document. The second one is a memorandum of common provisions. The third one will be the loan agreement document. And the last one will be the general terms. Now, let me go through each one of them in more detail. So the first one, called the mortgage document, it's usually about 2 or 3 pages that specifies the land lot number of the development plan. So
Can you
this
say
is
that last bit again, and would you have an example?
this piece of document specifies the land lot number that your house and property has been built on. This is where the mortgagee and mortgagor sign and witness by a third person. Okay, it's a very crucial document that they use to have a claim, a fictitious claim on your land. That is 3
Can I just
pages.
explore one thing with you,
Yep.
which is you said a third person witnesses. Oh, who is that third person? I take it it's not the so called bank or the person with the debt pledge. It's somebody else?
Somebody else
Okay.
that the bank chose. So usually it's the document processing clerk, whoever is doing these type of documents. It's not like a random guy off the street, but they write it anyway. I won't go into details of fraud involved, but it's coordinated collusion. In other words, so this document, the reason why I put number one is that's the key that starts it all off. The mortgage document.
So where would they get this document from? Would that document be in their possession? Would they have been given a copy of this or the original or 3 pieces of original?
No, they won't get the original. They usually 99 out of 100, they don't get the original. So they only get the one that they have signed only. They might get a one that the mortgagor signed, which is the bank's officer. But usually it's just a copy of what they signed and all the rest is blank. So they have to get the one that has all the signatures. Now that I'll talk about the challenges that will be involved in getting that.
So
Because
where would they get it from?
well, they can call up the bank manager and ask for it, and they usually would say, "What for? You know, why you need it? Who sent you?" um, but you can say, "Well, for my records, because you know, for a valid contract, it needs to have both signatures and maybe a third
So
signature if
just
it's
for
written."
my records would surpass because they don't need to give reason why, just for it's my bloody paper and therefore for it's my records. Get on with it.
Yes, that's all I need to say. It's for my record, and I'm doing due diligence for it. You know, it's a contract supposedly for a house. If I don't have the contract, you know, how do I know it's valid? So they
Yeah,
won't.
what I suppose I'm saying is that don't give them any excuses or any reasons because you
Okay,
don't need a reason to have your own paperwork, your own document in your possession. So it's like that's what I want for my records. Now get it to me now and stop asking all these foolish questions. I'm not here to justify why I need it. It's mine. Give it to me now. It's that sort of an attitude that people need to
yeah,
get themselves into.
that's right. That's the sort of standing that you just mentioned there, the attitude. But a lot of people will be really nice to them, and then they'll walk them into, we need to sign this and that for privacy release and stuff like that. All that nonsense. It's what a contract should be done anyway. You know, So yeah, you're right. Demand it, it's yours.
Yeah.
So,
Document on demand. Okay, so we've covered the first document. What's a second document that they need?
okay. So the second document tags the first document, which is called the Memorandum of Common Provisions. Memorandum of Common Provisions. It refers to the first document with a number, with a special number, and that's filed with the lands office. Yep.
So in other countries, they call it land registry and all that sort of stuff. In your country, it's called what?
Lands title office.
Lands title office. So that's the office where they hold the land titles.
The land titles, yeah, and the encumbrance and who's who on the thing, on the titleship. So each state, so Australia has various states, six, 7 states and territories. They would have a number that the bank has applied for. So they have a unique number. So if it's in, say, New South Wales, they'll have a different number than another state, say Queensland. So that number will tag in with the first number. And this Memorandum of Common Provisions is a little bit longer. It specifies the obligation of the mortgagor, the lending powers, the lender's powers, discharge of mortgage, etc., etc. So, and this copy is filed with the Lands Office, Lands Titles Office.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think we got that. And of course, the third document.
The third document is called Loan Agreement Document. Now this one is when they applied for the loan, and it's supposed to be the agreement of what is being offered to them, specifically, the amounts, the interest rates, the terms, and it's usually tabulated in a table, and it refers to the property and the land lot number. So it ties up with the first document, which is the mortgage document.
Let's now go on to the fourth piece of kit that they need.
This one is called the general terms. Now, each bank has their product, the mortgage product, commercial, residential, etc. And they have general terms for each of these products. Now, these general terms are, when they say the word general, it's actually very general because it covers a lot of things, which is common across that product. And it's usually about 80 pages, some of them less, but it's a very thick document, which the website for the bank, they can have it in a PDF and you can download it if you don't have it. But usually they give it to you as part of the offer, because it says it on the general terms. This forms part of our contract, mortgage offer and contract. So it's not, just for your information. It's actually part of it. So we need that. And let me just go through a little bit about that. It sets out the standard terms and conditions that the home loan relates to. For example, security, guarantor, situation where there's defaults, terms and conditions around that, lender's insurance if they have one, and use of debit cards, direct debits, complaint procedures, and they have a general power of attorney slotted in somewhere in there.
That general power of attorney is probably the most toxic thing in the world of mortgages, loans, credit cards, banks, hiring a car, getting a credit card. People don't get it. The general powers of attorney quite literally allows them to take control of your own children if they wanted to. That's what a general power of attorney is. It quite literally means that they have handed over the dealings of their entire life to a self-interested corporation that creates death pledges. General is not something that's all over the place. It's actually a military position and a position of power, like the Attorney General. So other examples would be the UN leader. You know, he would
Okay.
be the general UN leader. These words like general, are actually military positions. They have
Military.
incredible amount of power. Unless you know how to break that which you created with a pen with another pen, because that which you create with a pen can be undone with a pen. Would you not agree, Hugh?
Totally agree with you, Mark.
Okay, so far as I know, from my experience, is that it takes about 3 or just slightly over months to get all the documents together and to prepare everything. And thereafter, the bank's ability and the chieftains and the fiefdoms' ability to control your life essentially comes to an end. We go after them, we punish them for producing such fraudulent instruments to lock humanity, the whole of humanity, into
Yeah.
serfdom, being serfs, another word for slaves. So, even though I come across as the champion of the general public, quite often the general public just simply doesn't understand the simplicity of the fraud. As a result, when they watch videos like this, they get it. They get it. You can't have a
Yes.
death pledge.
No.
Would anybody buy a death pledge if they knew a mortgage meant death pledge? But can you imagine the best years of your life, performing servitude? They are slaves. Human beings are slaves and they don't even know it.
Know it.